Okay. Now, Kakoli, please you read it.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So,
Mother, huh?
yes, sir. Just one minute, sir.
And Shati will lead therapist. Okay.
So I will be mother and the Swati will be therapist, right?
Shati will be therapist. Yes.
Okay. Can I start, Swati?
Okay, Shati, ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, Kakoli, start.
Okay. Uh, I have been noticing that my child is struggling more with social interaction lately. It's it's challenging for both of us.
I
No.
understand. It's not uncommon for children with autism to face difficulties in social situations. Can you share specific situations where you have observed these challenges?
Well, at a recent play date, my child seemed overwhelmed and withdrew. Other kids were playing, but mine just sat alone.
That must have been tough for both of you. Let's explore strategies to help your child feel more comfortable in such situations. What activities does your child enjoy, and how can we incorporate those into social settings?
My child loves drawing and puzzles. Maybe I could bring along some drawing materials to play dates.
Oh, that's a great idea. Providing familiar activities can be a comfort. Also, let's work on communication techniques tailored to your child's needs, helping them express themselves better in social.
I have noticed my child struggling with making eye contact. Is it something we should address?
It is a common challenge. We can explore gradual strategies to make eye contact more comfortable for your child while respecting their sensory preferences. Additionally, we'll work on teaching alternative communication methods that suit their unique style.
Okay. Uh, Thank you. I want to support my child as best as I can. Any suggestions on how I can explain these strategies to the other parents?
Open communication is key. You can share that your child has unique strengths and challenges and discuss strategies that promote understanding. Encouraging empathy can foster a more supportive environment for your child.
I appreciate your guidance. It gives me hope that we can navigate these challenges together.
Absolutely, we are a team and together we can create a supportive and empowering environment for a child's growth.
Wow, thank you. Now, Kakoli, just you identify that is what is the complaint of the child.
Social interaction.
Hmm.
The first, then the child is also having a problem with eye contact.
Hmm.
We can say that he is having a poor eye contact.
Hmm.
Then we can say that he loves to engage in drawing and puzzles. That would be
That is the strength. Okay.
that is the strength. And the main problem is about the child is like basically the social situation, social interactions. He have a problem, but we can say the social communications. He have the problem, and That is the main challenges which is facing by the child. Poor
Very
social
good.
coordination, and that is the which we can see. And he is having also one thing, like he there is a thing that other kids were playing but mine just sat alone. So the from this particular thing we can figure out that he loves his, like, his own company. That means he don't want to interact with others, he love to be in his own world. So that is which we can see. Yeah, that.
Okay,
And the poor eye contact.
very good. So
Yes, sir.
whatever you have told,
Yeah.
they are the codes.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yeah.
not in the narrative sense, only the code. For example, limitation in social communication,
Yes, sir.
eye contact. So these are the codes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, Shati, uh, can you tell me that is what strategies therapists use?
Yes, sir. So, first of all, the therapist is very empathic and he understands the mother's difficulties and identifies that with autism it is normal and common to face such challenges. And then they explore strategies that can help the child be comfortable in social situations, such as identifying the activities that the child likes to do and how the mother and therapist both can work together to incorporate those activities in the child's social life. uh, the activities was drawing and puzzles and those that revolve around some artistic activities that have an artistic touch to them. And therapist also suggests working on the child's communication techniques by expressing strategies, uh, by forming individualized strategies to help the child communicate better in social situations. And for the eye contact issue that the child has, the therapist suggests that they can explore certain strategies which make the child comfortable and are also in accordance with the child's sensory preferences. Because with autism, we know that the child, certain children do not like to be, very uh, overwhelmed sensor. Like the child doesn't prefer to be, touched a lot or to be spoken to a lot. So the therapist suggests that the strategies should be individualized to their sensory preferences. And then the therapist also suggests that they have to keep an open communication so that both of them can they can transfer the information to and each other so that they can identify what are the things that are helping the child and which strategies are not working. And the therapist also suggests that the parent has to be empathetic towards the child so that the environment that the child is fostering could become more supportive for them. And at last, the therapist talks about the importance of collaboration between the parent and the therapist so that the collaboration of both the parent and the therapist can foster an environment where the child's growth is possible in a positive manner. That's also.
Okay. So whatever you have told, that is basically the coding. Okay. Basically, you have used some of the codes. So when you are doing the content analysis, then it is important to find out the codes initially. Okay. And after that, you have to do the memoing. Okay. Memo means memos are a form of written documentation that helps researchers capture their thoughts, insight, and reflections on various aspects of the research process. Memos are very important. After the coding, so you have the codes. Next, you have the narratives. That is how you are organizing the different codes. Okay. For example, social interaction. Another one is the eye contact. So these are the codes. And how do you relate eye contact with social interaction, Sri Lakshmi?
They are both involved in they're both symptoms of autism, like they are both less in students with autism.
Yeah, my point, the two codes are there. One code is the social interaction, another code is the eye contact. Now these two codes you have to relate. How do you relate?
Sir, do you mean in the context of autism or in general? How do we relate these codes?
No, in case of autism, because they,
Okay.
here the patient is autism.
Yes, sir, because due to the lack of eye contact, so he is not able to interact with the social situations because there we can also see that mm, like he is not able to attend to only one particular point. So that way we can relate with in this particular context.
Very good. So this is called the memory.
Okay.
Okay. This is called the memory. There are different types of memo. One is the analytic memo. Analytic memo, it focuses on the analysis of data, exploring patterns, themes, and emerging concepts. That is the analytic memos. So during the content analysis, you have noted some of the codes and you are analyzing the codes. After that, you are trying to relate the codes. That is the analytic memo. Because you are getting the patterns, you have explored the patterns. For example, eye contact is very important in social interaction. Since this autistic child has difficulty in eye contact, the child has problem in social interaction. So that is the exploration. Second memo is called the theoretical memo. What is theoretical memo? Theoretical memo is when you are trying to relate your findings to existing theory. Okay. When you are trying to relate your findings to existing theories. So which theory is related here? Can anybody tell? One side is eye contact, another is social interaction. Which theory is related to this?
Social model.
Social learning, no?
Yes, sir.
Social learning theory
Yes, sir.
we can think about. Another is the methodological memo. Okay. Methodological memo means when document decisions related to the research design data collection, or data analysis. So three types of memos are there. One is the analytic memo. Second is the theoretical memo. Third one is the methodological memo. Okay.
So can you repeat the methodological memo once more?
That is the memo which is related to the research design, data collection, data analysis, etc. That will be the methodological memos. Another part of memo is called the timing. When you will write down the memo. So that depends upon your research question. You can start writing the memo during the interview or before the interview or after the interview. You can write the memo. Another thing is the content. That is, memo can provide you some thoughts or hypotheses or some questions. So in this connection, in this particular issue, that is the eye contact and the social interaction. So these are the codes, and the memo is social interaction requires eye contact. Since the child is not able to make the eye contact, the child has problem in social interaction. So that is the memo. And this memo also has some hypothesis. So what is the hypothesis? Can anybody tell?
So can I try?
Sure, Kapali.
Sir, if they're like depending on the eye contact, that means if the child is having better eye contact, then the child will have a better social interaction in the environment.
Yes, so this is the hypothesis. Okay. So there is a gap of knowledge that in qualitative research there is no hypothesis, but that is not true. In
Okay.
qualitative research, hypothesis is also there, but it is not tested by any quantitative measure, but by the qualitative approach. In memo, another important part is the organizational tool. Do you have any idea about the word cloud?
Yes, sir.
Have you seen word cloud?
I have not used, but like I have just seen like what is word cloud.
Okay. Can you
But
give any example or In the word cloud, you will find out the frequencies of specific word. Okay, that is usually presented by the color and by the size. Okay,
Sir, what is it called? I couldn't catch you.
okay. For example, I am asking maybe the 50 people about what do you mean by the poverty. Okay. So now can you tell me that is through this discussion, what are the major words will come out from the discussion?
Mm,
Very good. One side is the income, you know? So that will be very high. Another one is the poor living condition. Okay. So you may find out that is through this discussion, some of the issues are not frequently used, but some issues are frequently used. So in word cloud, you will find the issues which are frequently used. So this is possible by some of the tools of content analysis like NVivo. Now I am trying to show you some word cloud. I do not know whether I will get it or not, but word cloud is now very famous. During your paper presentation, if you show the word cloud, then it will be well accepted. Yeah. When you are framing the hypothesis, before that, if you can show the word cloud, then it will be very easy for you to justify your hypothesis. For example, this is clear. Is it visible to you?
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is the word cloud of poverty. And through the discussion, you have noted that some variables or some words are very big size. That
Hmm.
means the frequency is very high. For example, employment, payment,
What
wage,
Homeless.
homeless.
rate
Okay,
this economy?
Yeah,
dirty, poor, depression also we can see some, hungry.
here you can find out that depression is small.
Yeah.
Social, this word, food is small, but homeless and hungry is big.
Yes.
Dirty, poor. So this is called the word cloud. Okay. So that means there are several codes are there, and these codes are related with each other through some logic. So when you are making the hypothesis, before that, if you can show the word cloud, so that will help you to justify your hypothesis in better manner.
Sir, the last thing, can you explain once more? Like, if we frame a hypothesis, then if you show the that word cloud, that will give more justification. That one, sir, if you can explain.
For example, homeless people, okay, they are suffering from poverty. So that is your hypothesis. Okay. And you have shown this is the word cloud. And the people who are in poverty, they have the high level of starvation. They are hungry. They are depressed. So that is possible through the word cloud. You can justify. Okay. Only the when you are presenting any paper, any conference, then
Okay.
that will help you, but not for journal publication.
Okay, okay. Only for, okay. Yeah, that's what nice.
Okay, not
Okay.
for journal publication,
Okay. Okay. Yes, sir.
because this is the graphic distribution. So this word cloud is clear to you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you have understood the coding, memoing.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now the last stage is the theme extraction. Theme extraction. So what are the themes we have extracted from this story? What are the themes?
Concerns of people with autism or struggles faced by people with autism.
Okay, so one is the struggle. That is true. Another theme,
So,
communication technique, no?
Come, yeah.
Communication technique. Another one,
so parent support, like parental support.
parental support. Okay.
Or we can
Now,
say,
now you have these three things. Number
yes,
one
sir.
is the play dates struggle and child's withdrawal. Second one is the strategies. Third one is the communication technique. Fourth one is the parental support. Okay. So these four things are there. These four things are representing which theme?
So these four teams are represented.
Which theme?
Strategies.
Okay. Any other?
Sir, autism.
Oh no.
So strategy like communications, parental support. These two themes
Another one is the
we can,
struggle.
yeah,
Struggle, particularly this eye contact and engagement in social setting. These are the struggles.
yes, sir. Strategies and
So they
communication.
are related to which theme?
Improvement of like
No. They
Sir,
are related to Kavita?
management management
Manage.
of autistic child.
No, no, no. This is the social interaction.
yeah,
Okay.
yes,
This is the social interaction. So after the memoing, you are exploring the themes and sub-themes.
hmm.
So these themes is the social interaction and sub-themes are play,
Childhood
struggle,
growth
huh, and the parental support,
strategy.
Communication
strategies,
strategies.
communication. Yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
Now you tell me any other theme, which theme we can explore.
Maybe social support.
So that part is over now.
Parental
Next theme, why mother made the therapist. Concern for the child, yes. Basically seeking advice.
supportive and empowering environment.
Okay. Seeking advice or guidance. Right.
Okay.
So that is another theme. Okay. And here I like to share that I have reviewed some research papers of different journals in India, like JIAP, INSPA Journal, and other journals also. Most of the time, I have noted that is students are not presenting the coding, memoing, they are directly going to the themes. And usually I rejected this type of paper because the reason is very simple. There are some steps. The first step is the coding. Second step is the memoing. Third step is the theme extraction. And usually they are collecting data from maybe maximum 5 people. And after that, they are writing, that is, these are the themes I have extracted. But they are not writing what questions they impose to the participants. Okay. And particularly for that reason, I feel that is people do not have the knowledge about the qualitative research methods. Therefore, I have started this course, Qualitative Research Methodology, because many students ask me, sir, you have rejected my paper, but please you tell me what are the steps. I have told them that is initially you have to write down the research question. Second point, what are the questions you have asked to your subject or to your participant. Third point, the contents of the interview. Fourth point is the coding. Fifth point is memoing. And sixth point is the theme is extraction. But you are giving importance on theme instruction. But how do you arrive at this conclusion? That is not clear from your manuscript.
Mm.
Okay. So I hope that is after this learning, you will be able to follow the qualitative research methodology.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Shati, you have written something, no? What Shati has written, Amrita?
Sir, I was asking, may I ask you a question about sample size for qualitative research?
Oh, acha. No, sample size, it must be very small. It will not be very large sample size because your main research goal is to find out your research question. And basically, you have to find out some of the unique features from the discussion or from the interview. You have to present. And therefore, and also the intricacies, because the qualitative data provide very deep level conflict, very deep level intricacies related to the research issue. For example, in this particular case, the major factor is the eye contact. So if you are able to develop good eye contact, possibly will be able to resolve the problem of social interaction. Okay. And particularly, which is not written here, that is, mother is thinking that my child is not similar to other child of this particular age. So mother is anxious. You have to reduce the anxiety level of mother by giving proper advice. And keep in mind that is, if you want to be a good clinical psychologist, if you want to be a good clinical, uh, not clinical, psychological counselor, you must develop the qualitative research methodology, expertise. Okay. This part is vital. Specifically, you must be expert in memoing. Memoing is very, very important. After that, the theme instruction, theme extraction, and the sub-theme. Okay. Now in quantitative, for example, in maybe, I think you have seen the NEO. You have seen NEO test.
Sir,
Yes, sir.
Personality test,
yes, sir. Yes,
NEO.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So NEO, here, there you can find out the 5 domains are there. One is it is ocean, no?
Yes, sir.
O for,
Openness
correct.
to experience.
Open-mindedness. C for
Conscientiousness.
conscientiousness. E for,
Extroversion.
correct. A for,
Agreeableness.
very good. N for,
Neuroticism.
N for
Neuroticism.
neuroticism. So if you study thoroughly, then you will find that is under neuroticism, several traits are there.
Yes, sir.
Similarly, under open-mindedness, several traits are there.
Yes, sir.
So these 5, they are 5 issues. You can think as the theme. And under each theme, you will find several traits that you can consider as the sub-theme. Okay. So almost similar to the scale construction you are following in case of the content analysis. So the content analysis part is clear to all of you, or
Yes.
any question?
Sir, it is clear the theoretical and then how we have to carry forward if we are getting like with the practical exposure also it's clear.
Thank you, Kakuli.
Sir, just like just a like I just want to ask Not a question, sir. Just I want to know one more thing. Just now you have discussed the steps and you have, highlighted that like most of the students and the researchers, they don't follow the proper step.
Hmm.
Right, sir. Sir, like if you can share a research article or anything, something like, where we can just go through how the steps are following in writing a paper or that one, it would be, sir, good. Or it's just a request, sir.
Okay, thank you, thank you. Okay,
So that,
I will find it out.
yes, sir. So
I
that
will
because
find it
now,
out.
just now we
I
have,
have done some work.
yes, sir.
One paper that was published in the Journal of NCRT,
Okay.
Indian Education Review, maybe.
Okay.
And
Sir, otherwise you can share the link also that will be also fine for me so that
hmm,
I can go through because just now we have understood the all the theoretical as well the steps and everything but simultaneously if we just go through a paper also that it will give a very clear picture.
okay,
That's why, sir.
very good question. Not the question. Your request is well accepted. Amruta,
Thank
can
you.
you find out?
Thank you, sir.
Amruta?
Sir, I have shared a list with Farah, all the
Okay, sure.
research paper on
Okay,
different
okay.
topics.
Okay,
Okay.
Amruta will provide you. Amrita
Okay.
will
Yeah.
provide.
Okay. Okay. Thank you,
Amrita
sir.
will
Thank you.
provide you. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Now I am giving you at least 3 minutes time for the dishes. After that, I will go to the focus group. Okay. Please take the water. I
Okay.
will take water, and after that, I will join.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Okay, now we can start the focus group. Once upon a time, in Bengal, many farmers committed suicide. At the same time, many farmers in Maharashtra, they also committed suicide. And the farmers of Andhra Pradesh also committed suicide. So during that period, I did literature review. And whatever the information I have received, I was not happy because I did not find any positive psychological approach in those studies. Therefore, I conducted one program with agricultural farmers in Canning area nearby the Sundarban, that's the Bay of Bengal. So initially, I contacted some of the NGOs in that particular area. And the NGO arranged one meeting with the farmers. And I have used the poster that is prevention of suicide. Dear students, are we following?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. So please you give response, yes or something. So finally, I observed that the level of self-efficacy due to some political message was low. Then I thought to improve the level of self-efficacy of agricultural farmers. And next, based upon the discussion with the agricultural farmers, I identified maybe 5 domains. You can think about the 5 themes. One is the environmental mastery. Second is the self-regulation. Third, vicarious experience. Fourth is emotional regulation. And other themes I just now I cannot remember. And based upon that themes, I have developed the questionnaire and I collected the data from the agricultural farmers in West Bengal. And I have noted that is the self-efficacy level of farmers who are using organics system is higher in comparison with the other group. It is statistically proved. And I have published some research paper on farmer self-efficacy. And I received Best Paper Award from the Indian Academy of Applied Psychology also. And I could develop the model of counseling to the agricultural farmers. And it was published maybe in the GIAAP. That's long back. Another paper published in, I think, Indian Journal of Psychology. So whatever the achievement, that is due to the focus group. Now, I am requesting you to read the focus group from the Google Classroom. Sri Lakshmi, can you read?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Focus groups. I'm starting up. Focus groups involve the gathering of a small, diverse group of participants to engage in structured discussions facilitated by a moderator. This interactive approach fosters dynamic conversations, allowing researchers to explore participants' attitudes, perceptions, and experiences related to a specific topic of interest. The process typically begins with the identification of a research question or topic. Once established, participants are recruited and a carefully designed set of questions or prompt is prepared. The moderator guides the discussion, ensuring all participants have the opportunity to express their thoughts while steering the conversation towards the research objectives.
Okay, now stop. Thank you. Now, can anybody tell me what are the characteristics of focus group? Why it is called focus group? Why not group?
They are usually homogeneous on a certain factor.
Okay. Why it is called focus? Why it is not group? Kavita? Why it is not group? Why it is called focus group?
The participant who are belongs to this group are having same problem. They faced their same problem.
No, because the participants are trying to find out the answer of some research question. Okay, here the research question is why farmers are committing suicide. So that is the question, particularly in my study. And why the moderator is there. Shati, can you tell?
They control the group and
Control the
also
group.
elicit their expression.
Okay. Any other?
So the moderator is needed so that the participants converse
Mm,
and every individual gets a chance to speak, because in the group there may be some who are introverts who may not speak up as much, and that's why the moderator is needed.
yeah,
Mod
one point is
Every
there should not
participant,
be any sort of debate or any sort of conflict among
yes,
the
sir. And
participants.
we are stick to the research question.
Very good, very good. Second point is that we must be stick to the research question. And third important point, what is the role of moderator? Third important point.
They will record whatever the participants are narrating or they're telling. They will try to record each and everything.
Okay. Another important part is moderator, basically the researcher.
Yes.
Okay. And the moderator has some assumption. Okay. The moderator will test whether his or her assumption about the research issue is correct or not. For example, the committing of suicide, that issue has been discussed by Tata Institute of Social Sciences. I studied thoroughly. Another study conducted by some government organization of Andhra Pradesh. I studied them thoroughly. And it appears to me that is the latent phenomena for committing suicide is the low level of self-efficacy. And no studies paid attention to the self-efficacy of agricultural farmers because they are suggesting different types of loans, different type of economic support. And I was thinking that is economic support is not sufficient. Why not? Because if you have the more money and if you do not know how to use the money, there is high probability to misuse the money. Okay. So if you give them more money, there is a high probability taking alcohol that is available in the village area. Very much. That means misuse of the money. The money will not be used for the growth of farming. Instead, it will be used for other purposes. So what is important? That is the psychological phenomena, psychological support. And if we think about the psychological support, then best way is to enhance the self-efficacy level of the agricultural farmers. So during the discussion in the meeting, I was testing whether my assumption is correct or not. Okay, this is clear. If you have any question, you can ask me. Okay. Now, Kakoli, please read the advantage.
Is it audible, sir?
Yeah, same article. Advantages.
Rich data collection. Focus group provides a platform for rich and in-depth data collection. The interactive nature of the discussion allows researchers to explore notions and gain a comprehensive understanding of participants' perspective.
Very good. So rich data collection, why it is called rich? Because you are getting some of the unique information out of the discussion. Okay, and that may be the depth data. Second, next.
Diversity of insight. By bringing together individuals with varied backgrounds, experience, and viewpoints, focus groups offer a diverse range of insights. This diversity can uncover hidden aspects of a phenomenon and provide a more holistic understanding.
I think this is clear.
Yes.
Next.
Group dynamics. Interactions within a focus group setting can reveal group dynamics and social influences on individual opinions. Understanding how participants influence each other adds depth to the analysis.
Yeah, this is also clear. Group dynamics part.
Yes, sir.
Because the group decisions, they are changing. Okay. So that part is very important.
Okay.
And you will find that is some of the group members, they are silent. And some of the group members are participating. So you have to motivate the silent people to say few words. Okay. So group dynamics, very important.
Sir, I have a question.
Sure.
You do you conduct the interview as a group or a one-on-one?
Sorry, I cannot follow. What, see, Lakshmi?
For this focus group, do you conduct the interviews one-on-one or in a group?
No, in a group, not individual, in a group.
Okay, sir.
Because the group dynamics very important in case of the focus group. Yes. Next.
Can I move? Yeah. Real-time exploration. Unlike survey or questionnaires, focus group allow researcher to explore topics in real time. Participants can react to each other's statements, leading to spontaneous and authentic responses.
Yeah. That means you are getting the real-time data. So what is happening inside the mind of people during the meeting, okay, the focus group discussion, what is happening? you have to elicit those information. So it is a real-time data. Now, I have noted that is one major issue, and definitely it's a psychological issue of agricultural farmers, is lack of writing motivation. They are not writing, they are memorizing. So when I was asking them, that is, there is no profit in farming. What is your opinion? Majority farmers were of the opinion that farming does not provide any profit. It is totally loss. Then I have helped them to analyze just by writing. That is, what was their production, the distribution, and the income. And I have noted that is they have the barter system. So when they are writing the return of investment, at that time, they are not adding the barter system amount. So when they are trained to write the amount for barter system, I think you know the barter system.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the amount when it was added, then they told me, sir, now we find that is we have the profit. Then I told them, so the farming has the profit provided you will regularly write down whatever your function, farming function, whatever you have done, if you write down. And after 6 months, I will come. After 6 months, I went there. I asked them their impression about the farming. And they told me, sir, now we have observed that is farming is basically the profitable occupation. Another important issue that has been observed, that is their children, earlier they were not writing. Now their children are writing. Okay. That means Bandura's theory of vicarious experience that is working there. And the self-efficacy level that has been enhanced. This reduces their motivation to commit suicide. And I have developed the model of prevention for committing suicide in agricultural farmers. I published one book chapter in some book on this particular issue. And I have shown that is when in the hospital, farmers will come for the depression or for the anxiety. Please, you study the farmer not only from the clinical perspective, but also from the interface of the agriculture. And you can use the psychological test that I have developed. So that is very much useful. If you think that is you want to do some research on agricultural farmers, agricultural psychology, you will not find many research papers. And I have done that type of research. Okay, next.
Okay. The last is the contextual understanding. Focus group enable researcher to delve into the contextual factors influencing participants' perspective. This contextual understanding is crucial for interpreting social phenomena within their broader settings.
Correct. So you can get the contextual factor also. What are the context? In my research, the context was basically the political message during that particular period. That is, farming means loss. That was the political message. Why this political message? To grab the land of the agricultural farmers. So that is very horrible thing. Actually, what happened in Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, almost similar thing. Some people grabbed the land of agricultural farmers by broadcasting the message that farming means loss. Okay.
Yes.
Now, Shati, please you read disadvantage.
Disadvantages, limited generalizability. One of the primary criticisms of focus groups is their limited generalizability. The small sample size and specific composition may not represent the broader population, raising questions about the transferability of findings.
Okay. So this part is very important because whatever my observation in Sundarban, based upon that, I cannot make any generalization that it is the same issue in West Bengal. Okay. Until I collected data. So finally, I have constructed the questionnaire based upon the themes extracted through this focus group discussion. After that, I was able to generalize the issue. Okay, so limited generalizability is the major disadvantage of focus group. Okay, next one.
Dominance and social desirability bias. Group dynamics may result in certain individuals dominating the discussion, suppressing dissenting opinions. Additionally, participants might provide socially desirable responses, affecting the accuracy of data.
This is very, very important in case of the qualitative as well as the quantitative, that is social desirability. So to control the social desirability, as a researcher, your function is to provide maximum confidence, okay, to the participants so that there will be no socially desirable answer you will get. So that is the disadvantage. But through your counseling, through your report, you can do this thing. Next one.
Time and resource intensive. Conducting focus groups requires considerable time and resources, from recruitment to transcription and analysis. The process can be more labor intensive compared to quantitative methods.
Yeah, so this is a very important issue because the members of the focus group, they must be enough confident to follow your research question, and they must be enough confident to explore the underlying dimensions or underlying issues related to your research question. Therefore, you have to train. Initially, you have to train the focus group participants. So it takes some time. Okay, otherwise, you may get some of the people who are not enough competent. For example, uh, in one focus group conducted by me with the agricultural farmers, suddenly I observed that the participants are not able to answer my question. Then I asked the agricultural officer, sir, this is a very common question. They are not able to answer properly. I have noted that is the agricultural officer told them, please you follow what sir has asked you. Then I have some doubt whether these participants are target participants or not. And finally, I have noted that is they have no idea about the farming. Okay, so why they attended my meeting? To get the money and to get the tiffin. Understand? So be careful for organizing the focus group. Focus group people, you have to find out whether the target persons are there or not. Okay. Next point.
Moderator influence. The effectiveness of a focus group is contingent on the skills of the moderator. Biases introduced by the moderator or inadequate facilitation may impact the quality of data collected.
Yeah. So if there is any failure of moderator, then the data will not be adequate. Next.
Difficulty in analysis. Analyzing qualitative data from focus groups can be challenging. The subjective nature of responses makes it harder to quantify findings, and interpretations may vary among researchers.
Yeah, because it is a qualitative data, so the subjective nature of responses, it becomes very difficult to analyze. Now, Sri Lakshmi, you
Yes.
did the data analysis tools.
Okay. So now I have one more doubt. What if the usually the farmers or the focus group is an in group, right? So the moderator will be someone from an outside or a out group. So how do you like maybe they will defend against, like maybe they won't give the required data. So how do you ask them to give the data?
Well, that is very good question. Uh, as a researcher, my tendency will be to train the moderator. Okay. For example, the students who are working under my guidance for the PhD, they will be the moderator. It is not the local investigator will not be the moderator. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Now we will read the data analysis tools.
NYO. NYO is a widely used qualitative data analysis software that assists researchers in organizing, coding, and analyzing large sets of qualitative data, including transcripts from focus group discussion. DDoS. Is it correct? DDoS is an online application for mixed methods research, allowing researchers to integrate qualitative and quantitative data. It facilitates collaborative coding and analysis of textual and multimedia content. Atlas.ti. Atlas.ti is a robust software for qualitative analysis, offering tools for coding, categorizing, and exploring patterns within qualitative data. It supports the systematic analysis of textual, visual, and audio data. MaxQDA. MaxQDA is a user-friendly qualitative data analysis tool that helps researchers organize, code, and analyze their data. It supports a range of data types, including text, audio, and messages. QDA Miner. QDA Miner is a qualitative data analysis tool that aids in coding and analyzing text, images, and other qualitative data. It includes features for exploring pattern and relationship within the data. In conclusion, focus groups are a valuable method in social science research, offering a nuanced understanding of human experiences and perceptions. While they have distinct advantages such as rich data collection and diversity of insights, researchers must navigate their limitations, including issue of generalizability and potential biases. Employing sophisticated data analysis tools such as NYO, DDoS, Atlas.ti, QDA, and QDA minor enhances the rigor and efficacy of interpreting qualitative findings from focus group discussions. The continued refinement of methodologies and tools ensures that focus groups remain an invaluable resource in unraveling the complexities of social phenomena.
Wow, thank you. Thank you, Sri Lakshmi. So there are several tools. They are basically the software. I have used the NVivo, but I have not used other tools. And through the NVivo, uh, I could develop the word cloud. So, and the word cloud helps me to find out the frequency of specific themes. It helps me to explore the theme. Okay. So if you are interested, you can learn these data analysis tools from expert because these tools are very costly. In ISI, we have purchased in Vivo, it's around 1.5 lakhs. So it's very costly. And only one in Vivo. And if you have the 5 departments, so that will be the very costly. So the people who are basically working on the marketing, they are using the in vivo and they can afford. Therefore, they can use the in vivo model. And Atlas TI also, I have noted many Indian students are use the Atlas TI, but I have no idea about the DDoS and others software. In vivo, this is very common. Once upon a time, I have done qualitative data analysis through MS Excel, and that is also good, but not the what cloud level, but that is good one. What is important, that is the researcher has to code. Researcher has to understand which will be the code, which will be the memo. Okay. The software can provide you how the different words or codes are related with each other. So you will get some pattern out of the software. But as a researcher, your function is to justify, that is, whether this particular code is applicable for your research or not. So qualitative data analysis is very, very costly, not in terms of time, but also the energy. And specifically, that is my thinking, that is your knowledge, your global knowledge. Your global knowledge is very important. Otherwise, you may not be able to relate how the different codes are related with each other. So you must be expert in that particular field. Your global knowledge is important. Okay. So I have shared my own experience that I have conducted the focus group for development of the theory about self-efficacy of agricultural farmers. I have developed some other theories also, but this point is very vital because I could change the motivation of agricultural farmers from committing suicide. Okay, thank you, Kakoli, Shati,
Thank you, sir.
Amruta, Sri Lakshmi, Kobita,
Thank you, sir.
Para. I think there is no question. Okay.
Thank you,
So
sir.
now I am
Good
closing.
night, sir.
Good
Thank
night.
you. Good night, sir.